Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to talk about some more portable power. So what I have here is Egretech portable power station. It's a Sonic 1200. So they were kind enough to send me this to try out and use and give my feedback on it. So because everybody that's following along on the channel knows that I'm getting more and more into solar and trying to be more independent, you know, from the power grids and whatnot. So, and I do like these units because for me and what I do for work, like when I'm on a job site, you know, having portable power is great, you know, for certain things like powering my lift, or I always make sure I have my jumper here in case one of my batteries on one of my machines are getting low, like my truck or chipper or something like that. So what I'll do is I'll go over some of the features of this unit, because a lot of people, what they want to know is what can it all power, right? You know, that's kind of the big thing. If you want to know a lot of the specs on it, you can check them out at their website. I'll have a link down in the description. It'll take you right to, you know, what their products are and whatnot. So, but yeah, so it comes in this box here, which is actually a nice box. I'm actually going to keep this so I can either store it in there if I'm not using it, you know, like with all the stuff that it comes with. So obviously it comes with this, and then you get this little box which gives you the wall charger if you want to charge it pretty quickly. Just a normal plug there. And then if you're transporting in your car that has, you know, the standard cigarette lighter type plug, it gives you that as well. So a lot of your older vehicles don't have the plug in the car like the newer ones do. So it comes with that. So let's just go over some of the features of this. So on this side here, you flip this little lever up here, which is kind of nice. It kind of keeps it protected. This is where you would plug in for your wall outlet. This would be your solar. If you have solar panels, you can plug in with the standard outlet there, and or that cigarette lighter outlet. It plugs right in there, so you can charge it two different ways. And for solar, it's a maximum of 200 watts input to charge this. Okay, so to turn the unit on, just hold the power button, turns on. And as you can tell, currently we're at 99%. So here you have your standard USB, two of them outlets there, USB-C, two there, and to turn that on, you just hit that button, the light turns on, and now you would have power to those outlets. Over here, you have your standard like cigarette light type outlet there. Turn it on as well right below it. And then it'll tell you what your output is, how many hours or minutes that it'll charge at that rate. On this side, you have your standard outlets as well, for like a normal plugs, power button there. And then on the top, which is pretty cool, you have your like phone type charger there. So, and if you turn that on, you would turn this button here, and it should, yep, see, just turned on. And then up top where you can see that it's charging, hopefully you can see that. So that's pretty unique. And right now it shows it would do it for over 99 hours. It's probably because my phone's 96%. So that's kind of unique. So if you're going camping or something and you don't have electricity, you can at least power and charge your phone there. So that's pretty cool. It also has your lights. I believe there's a couple different settings, a little bit brighter, like your SOS, and then back to off. So getting back to what I said, everyone wants to know what can this thing power. So for me, what I will talk about is this. So this is like a jumper, so you can jump a car and whatnot. So when I'm on a job site, like just recently, my chip truck battery started just fine in the morning, go to the job site, and it just won't start. It's like the battery's dead. So thankfully I had this so I could jump it. So let's see if this will charge that. So let's turn it on. This should light up, and she's almost charged. I had it plugged in recently, so you can see that it's flashing, that it's almost fully charged. And as of right now, yeah, there's not many watts going out. So it will charge that. So if that for some reason is not fully charged, if I have this, I can charge that. So to me, that's important. So let's turn that back off. And the other cool thing for me is when I'm on a job site where we need the lift and say we need it for a long time, I need this. The batteries will eventually drain because you can run it on the motor, but I don't always like to do that because fuel's expensive and she's not very fuel efficient. So I'm gonna plug it in. It's not the easiest by hand, one-armed. So let's get it plugged in. Okay, she's in. Let's turn it on. Let's see how many watts we pump out here. Okay, she's ramping up. 209 watts out and climbing. So at that rate, it'll charge it for 4 hours. And it's still going up in watts. That's probably the controller on the battery on the units getting going there. So roughly 4 hours if I have this plugged into the lift. That would give us a little bit longer to work without having to drag out 300-400 feet of extension cords to the homeowner's house or whatever to make it charge. So to me, that's really important. And the nice thing is I can just set it right on the lift, plug it right in, and we're good to go. So that's really nice. And it's easy to carry this out. It's not heavy whatsoever. So to me, in my business practice, that's huge. I've always wanted one of these, and to carry it like so, it's like carrying, one of those smaller, like coolers, you put your beverages in, and it's not very heavy. Anybody can carry this. My 4-year-old was carrying this around no problem. So, and it's very nicely built. It's got a nice, easy to read screen. The user functions on it's pretty simple. I mean, all your on and off switches there. Same thing there. Nice folding handle, so it's not permanent up like that. So, yeah, overall it's a nice unit for what they cost. It's definitely worth the money. I will be continuing to use that. I have used it the last week and a half. I've been using it, and it's worked flawlessly. It charges fairly quickly when you plug it into the wall outlet, like in my shop here. So I mean, easily, if I use it all day, plug it in, so I need it the next day, it's just fine. I think within an hour or so, give or take, depending on what the status of the battery is, it's fully charged for sure. So no, I like it. So as I continue to grow my solar and portable power stations, I will continue to use this. I'll probably always have it. And the other nice thing is as everybody knows, with all the crazy weather we've been having these last year or so with the temperature swings, there's been a lot of storms, power outages. So I can have this in my house to to run my fridge, freezer, whatever appliance I actually want, which is nice. Fans, I've ran my TV off of this. I could run my TV all day. Probably, I think it showed over almost 2 days, depending on what type of TV you have. So, no, it's nice. Like I said, I'll have a link down in the description to their website with the discount code if you're interested. But they have a couple other portable power stations. One's a couple smaller than this. I think there's 1 or 2 larger ones as well. Different applications for different units. So, but for the money for this and the size of it, it definitely packs a punch. No, it's overall a good unit. I'm very happy with it. I haven't ran into any issues at all. It's pretty, like I said, user friendly. Turn it on, plug whatever you want to plug in there, hit the on switch for that, and you're off. So yeah, all in all, the Egretech 1200 here is definitely worth the money. The fact, I don't think I've ever seen one that you can actually charge your mobile device on there, which I guess will come in handy depending on what you're doing. So yeah, let me know what you guys think on that. If you even have other power stations, what do you have? What do you like about them? If you have one of these, I'm curious to see what your feedback is on it. Like I said, I've only had it about a week and a half, so I've used it. I haven't had any issues on it. So yeah, I'd be curious to see what you guys think on it. So yes, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But yeah, check them out. I'll have the link down there. And as always, keep burning.